Thank you. Thank you to the organizers and to all of the audience. It's very humbling to be here with so many people who are practicing in so many spaces. It's actually quite exciting. It's also humbling to be able to represent the 50,000 HP employees who collectively make what I'm going to present to you possible. But I start every presentation with a picture of, it's now 5.1 planets, which represents how many planets we would need if everybody on the planet lived like Canadians. And sadly, this number keeps going up. So in my role as a public speaker, I'd hope that you would all take this and use it in all of your presentations as well. And we're going to show a video.
C'est pays lié. Pendant après 12 janvier, nous venons vivre en battante. Je ne sais pas personne, c'est mon cap. C'est mon maman, c'est mon papa. Après, moi, c'est après nous bailler pour arriver plus devant. Mettez dans le ballon, vous voyez ça. Plus mouvement, plus passer ça pour nous capables de nettoyer le pays avec Pogina et Navamasi. Moi, je joue tous les amis qui viennent maintenant. C'est là-dedans nous payons l'école, c'est là-dedans nous payons caille, c'est là-dedans nous voyons l'école, c'est là-dedans nous faisons toute bagaille net. Nous changeons dans la vie. Moi, je viens entrer dans sa bouteille qui fait nous devons payer, nous payons caille. Ok, après ça, même dans la plastique là. Et puis, nous venons continuer, moi, méditer à l'école et nous continuer avant. Ta femme, moi, parce que bon Dieu, moi, je suis capable de vous dire, c'est ça que je fais, je suis intéressé.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how HP's journey to circularity is going and how you can actually learn from it and steal ideas and go. So the neat thing about Rosette's story is that it came about through a number of key issues. One of the facts is that we've been recycling for 26 years. And as part of that, we developed closed-loop recycling processes. And because we've been able to mainstream that and go pretty big on it, and I'll show you how big in a minute, we were able to then start to think about the social side of doing something like what we're doing in Haiti. And as an individual who works in a global multinational corporation, whenever I show this video to employees, I can tell you about the impact it has on them and how great it feels to be working for a company that can do that kind of thing. Plastics recycling, not so much. So you have to put a story around it. The neat thing here is that when we went to look for a recycler who could partner with us to do our original closed-loop recycling, guess where we found the expertise? It was here in Canada. So the story is here that every one of you have access to expert recyclers here in Canada. We have some expertise, we know how to do this stuff, and it's pretty exciting. But more importantly, it took a lot of determination to get these processes in place. So again, encouraging all of you, and we heard a little bit of that this morning from some of the speakers. It takes an individual to say, we're going to do this differently, and I'm going to make it happen, and you can. So HP's closed-loop process, as I said, has its origins in Canada, but it's pretty big now. How big? Because we don't get enough cartridges back, even though we try to make it as easy as possible for customers to do that. We have to put extra plastic from other sources, and as you saw, Haiti plastic bottles is one source. But we've now used enough bottles that if you laid them end to end, they'd stretch to the moon and back and more. I apologize, the font's not doing very well there. 26 years of recycling, here are some of the numbers, but as Christina said, it's not just about the recycling. What can you do with that stuff? We just launched our first printer that had closed-loop plastics, first in its class, but then you need to put it together into an ecosystem. So the cartridges have closed-loop recycled plastic. The paper is either FSC or recycled content, and then you add in the take-back and recycling program. So you create an ecosystem that your customers can recognize, use, leverage, and make sure they're returning things back to you. This is my favorite program that HP's put together. I actually wished I had thought of it. HP Instant Ink for consumer ink printers. Using the Internet of Things, our printers can now tell us when customers are running out of ink. If customers sign up to the subscription-based service, they never run out of ink again for as low as $3.99 a month. So it's great for the customer. It's great for the business because we get an annual annuity. And it's great for the recycling side of things because the recycling bag is right in the box, customers can return, and we do get a higher return rate from those cartridges. It also sends a great signal back to the manufacturer, make a printer that lasts longer. So our strategy around this, I think any business could say this about their circular economy strategy. Disrupt industry business models. What does that mean? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But digitizing supply chain and production, and we have some very exciting things coming up. So you'd probably recognize the concentric circles here. What you're wondering is, why did I put a plastic human heart on the side of this concentric circles? That was to remind me to tell you about 3D printing. 3D printing is going to revolutionize this whole circular economy thing, and to extend product lives, repairability, and the human heart there is just one example of what a 3D printer can do. Our previous speaker talked a little bit about design for repairability. I'm going to ask you, show of hands, it's very hard for me to see, how many of you in your purchasing activities actually require products to be repairable when you buy them? Anybody? One or two, maybe. You're going to see a theme going on here from me. It's really important. If we want durable products, we have to insist that they're being designed to be durable, and we have to buy with that in mind. Material reductions go a little bit kind of with the tech industry, but when you look at the pace that this can be done at, it's pretty impressive. This little thing looks like a phone, can actually serve as a PC, 56% less material. For something as large as this, the digital print, something that's printing newspaper style printing feeds, you want to build it so it has no known end of life. That's something we should all be thinking about for every product or service that we're procuring. No known end of life. So one of the things to think about, I mean, we're a global company. Our previous speaker talked a little bit about maybe it's the SMBs that are going to drive this. Canada's a land of small, medium businesses. This is the impact that HP has. Think about how much material we are shipping, how many tons of material we are using, and how much we're taking back. It's pretty big. How can you change that? How can you help drive companies to do more? I think the simplest thing that I can say to you is to think about how you are purchasing. And we have guidelines on how to do sustainable IT purchasing, but it could be any purchasing that you do. So this is a journey. You will all have a journey. But I'll leave you with the fact that the real reason HP exists is to make a difference. Thank you.